time. You have to release as many clues as possible, just in case the public has relevant information. But you have to leave out whatever clues might actually impede arresting someone. During the Q&A phase, the sheriff revealed that this was not Brandon's first time selling drugs to people.
We do know at this time that Mr. Lee did have a relationship as far as selling to different individuals. It just wasn't them two individuals. We do know on multiple towns that he was selling, and these two individuals has bought from him in the past.
So even though he was only 18, Brandon had a pretty dangerous way of making quick cash. Unfortunately, he put his trust in dealing to two men who had no intention of paying that night. As this case was gaining nationwide traction due to Ophelia's big fan base, the sheriff was also asked if they were prioritizing this case over others. He assured the public they were not.
This homicide is not more important than any homicide we've had in the city of Pritchard or actually anywhere. I realize that Ms. Nichols has a TikTok following, which is great, and all those followers could help by calling in if they have any information. Any slight, minuscule, information that we get, it's good to follow up on. It may lead to nothing, however, it may lead to something, as well. We just ask, that, any information that you have, that you think you might have, call in, you can talk to me, and, that will relay that information.
Throughout the summer of 2022, authorities pieced together information, and Brandon's family took to the internet, pleading for anyone with any relevant information to phone local law enforcement. His family also went out to celebrate his 19th birthday in his absence.
My kids and their cousins and his girlfriend and friends, they all went out to eat and celebrated his birthday with a birthday cake.
However, Ophelia confessed she couldn't do that, not so soon after losing Brandon.
I'm waiting on a bloody phone call, man. I've opened up my other channel, guys, because,
Happy birthday, Brandon.
yeah,
So I just,
because I can. I'll grow this channel, and I'm gonna have a bit of help doing it.
Suspect would be in custody, there would be no closure for Ophelia.
my family needs it. My children can't move on, his girlfriend can't move on unless we know that the person that took my son is not walking the street. This person is in our town.
In August, there was a new conference held by Pritchard law enforcement. According to the chief, they had found their suspects, but were waiting for the evidence to be processed in order to file the charges against them.
We have done everything that the district attorney's office has asked us to do. And everything been turned over to the district attorney's office. Now balls in their court. And that's what I'm gonna say about that.
In mid-August, almost 2 months after Brandon died, there was a breakthrough. A 20-year-old man turned himself in, confessing to taking Brandon's life.
And the mother of a teenager murdered in June speaks out after her son's suspected killer was arrested. 20-year-old Reuben Gully turned himself into Pritchard police late yesterday afternoon. Mama Todd, whose real name is Ophelia Nichols, says she's grateful for the arrest, but now 2 families are in pain.
It's unclear whether Gully turned himself in because the mounting evidence against him was inevitable, or because the pressures of Mama Todd's TikTok were finally getting to him. Was there something on his conscience, or did he realize there was nowhere to run, and turning himself in looked better to the judge than trying to flee the state and getting arrested?
Today, a judge ruled there is enough evidence to send the murder case surrounding the son of a TikTok influencer to trial.
Yes, during today's preliminary hearing, Judge Spiro Piragatis said he's sick and tired of seeing drug-related homicides in Mobile.
WKRG also revealed that one of the crucial bits of evidence involved a phone call between Brandon and Gully just minutes before Brandon lost his life.
We learned today that Gully made a phone call to Lee 2 minutes before Lee was killed. Details of the phone call weren't discussed today during the hearing. According to a Pritchard detective who testified at the hearing, he spoke to Lee's girlfriend and says Lee would buy drugs from Gully previously and was planning to buy that night.
Well, according to law enforcement, it was the other way around. To Mama Todd's shock and disbelief, Gully pleaded not guilty. This meant that the case would go to a grand jury. But then how does his defense attorney explain his decision to turn himself in?
Yes, so I asked his attorney why, and his attorney tells me that if you have charges against you, and you have two choices. One, you can just go ahead and turn yourself in, or two, you can go ahead and run away from justice. And his attorney tells me that someone who is not guilty is not going to run away from justice.
So, was all this a play? A decision Gully made with his attorney before turning himself in, so as to look innocent? Or did he watch Mom and Todd's TikTok video and make an impulsive, guilt-based decision? As it turns out, this was far from Gully's first run-in with the law. In fact, he had been arrested several times before and denied bond in 2 previous cases.
Okay,
Yes, he was
fucking
denied
hell.
bond previously for 2 charges unrelated from this case. One charge that was possession of marijuana, and the other possession of a controlled substance.
He was denied
Oh,
bond a 3rd time as he awaits trial. Meanwhile, Brandon's
you know,
family
if
is
you're
still
not
trying
an,
to
if
cope
you're a
with the
fucking, if
unimaginable
you're not a
hole left
legal
by the
perma
tragedy.
holder
Brandon's
and
father,
they catch you
Ronnie,
with a
was incredibly
fucking,
close to him, spoke
you
to
know,
Fox
fire
News.
them. It's crazy over there, the gun laws, man. In one state you can get nicked for
Ronnie highlighted the same things as the judge.
what
Brandon
did he
was not
call
the first teenager to lose his life in
an unlicensed firearm?
not by a long shot.
It's just, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these kids killing each other out here.
Why do these guys have such easy access to firearms? And why do innocent kids get roped up in dangerous lifestyles? Why do any kids end up thugs? To Ronnie, there can be no justice in this case.
What is justice? You got a dead son, you ran son. And a woman's gonna lose her son going to prison. And some more people too, whoever was in that car, all should be punished the same way.
Missing like his birthday, his mom was missing him, but I know he's with my brother now, so that's what helps me get by.
As Brandon Lee's tragic story traveled fast through TikTok and other news outlets, an NGO in the Pritchard community decided to honor him with a memorial.
Saturday, a local nonprofit, Wall of Love, put up a memorial in honor of TikTok star Ophelia Nichols' son, Brandon Lee.
This is not only a wall designed to remember Brandon, but it's filled with goods for those in need. Hygiene products, non-perishable food, and clothing. Mama Tot spoke about why it's important to give back to the community.
If it's a ponytail holder, a hairbrush, a clean pair of socks, never be ashamed. You know, sometimes we find ourselves in certain positions that we didn't think we'd ever be in our life.
Ophelia said Brandon was a kind, generous person. Exactly the kind of person to organize such a wall.
So I know that he's probably looking down thinking, that's my mama.
As Reuben Gully is still awaiting trial as of January 2024, Mama Tot continues to post positive messages on TikTok. She now has over 12 million followers. Today, she shares the tragedy of her son's death as a way to encourage people to stay away from their
I'm a mama that buried a child. I know sometimes parents, we think our parents is telling us no to something to be mean. They just don't want us to have a life. But I'm telling you that sometimes, a lot of the times, we say no to things because we know what the outcome will be.
Let Brandon's tragic story be a reminder to stay safe and surround yourself with kind people. And let us hope that no other teenager will have to suffer such a brutal, senseless ending.
Can you start repairing early gum disease from just 1 week? You can with Nucor Still Active Gum Repair.
Please don't tell me you're trying to steal my heart.
You're putting straight with you. Picture. Working for me, it's a life of comfort and luxury.
That's what you said to get on this moment, Charlie.
I'll never that easy.
I'm not sure you some really sick, bloody eggs.
Let's have some fun tonight.
New original series, Sexy Beast. Stream now on Paramount Plus.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot. Been missed. I've failed over and over and over.
Hey Pablo, I'm trying to grow this channel, bro. Got 24, I got 2 strikes in 48 hours.
Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my
You wouldn't think Michael Jordan lost 200 or 300 games, would you?
Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was
You know, Pablo, 98% of people in life will not do nothing with their life. You know, it's that 2%, bro.
Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for.
Now, how?
Every single day of my life, maybe I destroyed the game.
I know.
Or maybe.
I know now. I know who it was. I know who won it. 2 of the challenges, and anyway. 3 months.
I never feel that I'm at my best.
If I can go 3 months without getting a strike, them 2 will disappear.
I still set goals for myself.
Well, Conan said that, and anyway.
I'm never complacent.
I'm not clued up.
Even though it's been very successful.
You know how hard I've worked on this, bro.
Not just as a player.
I've not just worked on my channel, I've worked on myself, Pablo.
To some extent.
And I come off me mood stabiliser like a big boy. And I'm proud of that, you know.
Too complacent with myself or with what I've achieved. When I get to a point where I feel like
So proud of that, man. You know. I have to, bro, for me chick, you know.
Means you're not confident in your skills. I have total confidence in my skills, so I'm not afraid.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to do it that way. Because I know what I'm like myself. I got one for hate speech. For fucking calling DK names on the study and saying he's gonna be teabag out prison break one day.
It's how you perceive those things. I've looked at every experience that I've had.
But I'm also glad Gibbo's back in my life, Pablo. He's coming up on Thursday. We're gonna go and have something to eat. You know.
So when I look back, I can't say that I've had any bad things happen. Sure, I mean, you don't want bad things to happen, but you deal with bad things. You can't have good or bad without bad. Basketball is my love, always have been, and I can't ever envision an ending of something like that. You know, that passion that I have for the game until I'm dead and gone. Until that's when it's, well, I can wait. I'm not ever. I'm never enough. As long as you.
Yeah, I fucking know now because I've been punished for it. You know, I'm a fucking idiot, mate. You know, but I'm gonna do my best, man. Even if I hit 1,000 and I get struck, I know I can hit it again. You know, I'll be back in a second, Pablo. I just need to ring me to do things a bit different. I'll grow this channel. And I need to stop talking about certain things. You're never wrong, Pablo. You know, and when I listen to you, I seem to do okay. You know, but I lost it yesterday. And the day before, I had a blowout. I'm not gonna lie, I lost my patience and my temper.
Certain things that you got, certain things. As long as I believe that, then, you know, my world to expect. My principal advised me to go to the Air Force again, because he felt that after I finished college, so I said, no, I don't want to go that route. So I decided to go to University of North Carolina. They didn't expect me to do so well, but every time the challenge that I think, every time I face those challenges, we'll see what happens. I will not quit this game because of what leaders have done to me or what other people have done to me. I will quit this game because I can't find the challenge to push myself. But I will. I'm proud of what's going on. It's going to push me. I believe on my own terms. And I don't think too many athletes have that opportunity. And that's what I want to do when I'm going to come. And we all shoot with college been a long season. But mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, you know, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, you know, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed when you have to deal with some of these negatives, and I'm pretty sure we're going to
say, where I go, the thing he's always said, take a pause before you make a decision and say what if. And the purpose for saying what if is that whatever decision you make, always either going to have consequences. And not that I live in a box to where I'm afraid to do things. I know that, as my father said, what if comment is being able to deal with the consequences of what decisions you make. And you think about that, if you think about the consequences, pro or con, you make the right decision that you feel is the right decision. Now, all the decisions I made, viewed to be not the right decisions from their perspective, but for me to go play baseball, and everybody says, oh, it was a failed opportunity to play baseball. That's what they think. For me, it was the best thing that could have happened for me because it allowed me to go back to the game with a stronger passion. At the same time, I was able to understand the love that these minor league baseball players have, making $1,500 a month. $1,500, which is nothing, but for them, it was big. To me, to see that helped me put things in perspective, to understand the platform that I was on in '93, that when I went back to it in '95 and '96, I appreciated it even greater. So when we won those championships and we went through those things mattered to me far greater than what I did in '91, '92, '93. People don't see that. People will never understand that. To be success, all they think about, well, he batted .202, and he struck out a certain number of times. Yeah, okay. But the effort was there, and the learning curve and the passion was there that has transcended not just to me, but to other people who are afraid to do things because they're worried about the perception that may come from other places. To me, that's more gratifying than anything, So that's the things that my father and my mother instilled in me. Take a negative and turn it into a positive. Don't be afraid to fail.
One of the best to ever pick up a basketball, Michael Jordan, man. My stomach is burning me, man. You can take those 2 strikes and stick them up the rectum because they will not get a third one. anytime I do a live on my other channel, I won't have any music on and I won't be cussing anybody or talking about religion or anything. It's like fucking pulling the pin on a grenade, mate, and expecting no explosion. It's not gonna happen. I got away with it for years. And just as I'm about to hit me first thousand, shout out to Ken O'Driscoll and keep fit with Ken. Go give me mate a sub. Ken O'Driscoll, Cherry Orchard Running Club. You know, he's a mate of mine. Him and his two brothers, Anthony and Derek. Great friends. We grew up together in Bluebell. We ended up moving to Ballyfermot, Cherry Orchard, and about, Jesus Christ, I don't know how many years ago, but his brother Didi is married to my cousin Lorraine. She's a solicitor, you know. She represents a lot of people in Ireland, man. You know, like, you can't help who you grew up with and the way you grew up and, you know, but everything isn't it? It's not about how you start, it's how you finish. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not finished yet, you know. I'm putting myself under pressure again, going back to uni. It's like, cause I'm not sedated, I'm ready. And I've learnt myself a shitload of stuff. And it's gonna pay off for me in the long run. Now, I could have gone and done another psychology course, but it's basic, it's too easy. You know, well, it's not too easy, it's just that it's easy for me, psychology, because I've invested my entire life into it. You know, psychology is the way forward. It's like I've learnt myself about the English law, the American law, the Irish law. Because it's a hobby. You know, I like to know what a bit about the world and the laws outside our borders. Me kids wanted to go and see fucking Mickey Mouse as a kid. And I couldn't tell me son the reason why he couldn't go was because Daddy has a fucking firearm conviction. They wouldn't give me a visa at that time because of my criminal record. So there goes Mickey Mouse. You know, but it doesn't matter if you have firearm convictions in Paris, they'll still let you in. You know, you grow out of it though. You know, I had to grow out of it for the sake of my children and the kids on the estate. You know, I'll put work in. And a lot of the kids call me coach or uncle around here, because I am their uncle. You know, Conan, I could have grown this channel by calling everyone out, but bro, I don't do that. I take men out, I don't call them out. You know, yeah, that's why I said he is sausage. About Paris, you don't need, you know, it's different. Paris let terrorists into it. France let terrorists in. The aid terrorists, you know. You'll find more ISIS and Al Qaeda in France. You know, it's a breeding ground for infidels. Proper breeding ground for infidels. Infidel City, baby. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, this is nice, Alice. This is nice.
I'm waiting on a bleeding phone call, Conan. That's why he ended me life. It's like, you know, I'm waiting on a uni lecturer. Oh, The Greatest Night in Pop. I'm watching that on Netflix. Here, bro, have you got a spanner, Conan? 1 sec.
Nothing will ever be the same after tonight.
There's your spanner, bro. Channel.
Some of the people, some of the personalities, tonight is going to be one of the most surreal nights you've ever experienced. And I'm glad I have the good seat in the house, because I don't want to miss a thing.
Oh. Boom, there, mate. I'm watching a thing, Conan, called not many people have spanners on this channel, Conan. And I won't give anyone a spanner. That thing can't help my team. And the fact you're a Liverpool fan, you come in here every fucking day, bro, you ain't your spanner. You know, it's very hard, Conan, who to trust with spanners, bro. Because there's a few people want my channel gone. My other channel. I'm on 906 subs on it. 906 subs on it, bro. And there's a few people I'm gonna take that spanner off as soon as they come in me live. I'm taking it. You know, because I can't have mutiny within the ranks. You know, insubordination. You know. I'm watching this thing on Netflix. And it's called The Greatest Night in Pop. I think it's about, remember when they done Live Aid? We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day.
Come in hot. All right.
I'll tell you what, Lionel looks very good for his age, man. Yeah, man, Conan. I always wanted to be him. Except for I have no afro. If I was to take one of me mate's curly-headed wig, like, do you reckon Marvin's haircut would suit me? Wagwan. Like I said, bro, it's like I'm around a lot of good kids around here, you know, and I've coached some of them, and anytime they're on the housing estate, they always knock on, you know what I mean, come in for a cup of tea. Yes, coach, how's it going? You know, he's probably never knew that, but when I say I've coached kids, I'm not joking. You know, I taught them how to defend themselves, not how to fight. You can fight though, but it's easier defending yourself. I don't need to get ready, I stay ready anytime I walk out my front door, yeah? You know that? That is cocked all the time. Even when I'm asleep, it's cocked.
But he was a superstar in the business of music. One morning, there was an unplanned meeting. We walked in and were greeted by Harry Belafonte. That stops you in your tracks. You're looking at Hollywood royalty. He's legendary. I just knew something big was about to happen.
Daylight come and we won't go there.
Harry Belafonte was an elder statesman. We had graduated from being a working actor and singer. He was still doing all that stuff. But for the most part, we looked at him as this iconic figure. And he had such social
I know it's a deadly haircut, isn't it?
Have a valuable function in any society.
No, but a lot of time for Marvin, you know. But I'm not happy with him for not. He's not paying. He said he was gonna come and he didn't. So I won't let him go. I won't let him forget that.
Issues of poverty.
You know, because I plugged the shit out of your book. Well, do you understand? And all I wanted off you was a cup of tea. That's it. You know. And I won't plug his book again. I've read it. I've already given loads of publicity. You know, all I wanted was a cup of tea. He knows where I live. He's not far from me. You know. I'd like Marvin and Gibbo to meet. You know, I'm gonna introduce Gibbo to YouTube.
Hungry child dies silently. In Africa, they're dying by the thousands. How do you look at all this overwhelming force of need and hunger? Something must be done.
Harry Belafonte said, let's do a concert. And Bob Geldof had already done the Band-Aid single about, a month or so before.
Feed the Scousers, let them know it's not Christmas time.
I just got off the phone with Harry Belafonte, and basically what he said was, I need you.
Harry Belafonte,
Harry said, we have white folks.
Bob Geldof, Sting, all them bleeding legends, you know what I mean?
We need to save our own people from hunger. He was trying to get us, the younger group, involved in what was happening in Africa.
That's cool, that, like, because years ago, mate, fucking hell, in Africa, it's like there was hundreds of thousands of kids starving, dying, and the world just looked on, bro, and did nothing. You know, it's up to us to do something. You know, if we can help people, we help them. You know.
He's a successful performer, but he's better known as a producer and composer who's worked with everyone from Louis Armstrong and Frank Sinatra to Little Richard and Paul Simon to Diana Ross and Michael Jackson, Mr. Quincy Jones. At that particular time, you could not be a producer and be any higher.
Quincy Jones.
Respect of every musician on the planet.
It's something I've been thinking about a lot before. You know, and he said, let's go. Really, I felt the need.
Quincy Jones, man.
You know, this is the most the world's ever needed each other.
It started from there, and we went on to the obvious phrase of who's going to do this trade.
Lionel and I got into this limousine, which happened to have a phone in it. I said, let's get you and Stevie Wonder to write a song. We called Stevie, we couldn't find Stevie.
I'm waiting for this fucking uni to ring, man. They're pissing me off now. I'm fucking waiting all morning for them.
We've already had that soulful, epic, legendary status. And also they were all close with Stevie.
But when Stevie said, I'll call you back, you just wait for him to call you back on whatever timetable it's going to be. And after that, I had Quincy on the phone. He says, well, I'll see Michael tomorrow. I'll run it by him, see what he thinks.
The band whose record, Thriller, has just become the biggest selling album ever, who earned more Grammy this year than
Michael Jackson is the man of the 80s. Michael and I go back to the early Stone Age days. We were brought up in Motown, and as lead singer of the Commodores and lead singer of the Jacksons, we bonded right away. When he first learned how to drive, the first place he drove was over at my house. He couldn't drive on the freeway because he was scared to death of being on the freeway. So he knew every back street in the world to
to get to my house. But Stevie wouldn't call me back. So Michael and I needed to start writing without Stevie. I said to Michael, I can write the song by myself. You can write the song by yourself. But if we're gonna do this together with Quincy Jones, it has to
This is bullshit, this, man. I don't know what to keep from it, man.
This is my first time in the Jackson household.
Listen to your vagueness, right?
I realized we'd never written anything together, and we've never spent time together.
Oh, we're doing good. It's a good mother. There's a choice.
I realized he can't play, so he hums every part. Tapes and tapes of excuse me, I mean, it's just layered and layered of him humming. It was pretty amazing. We had to identify right away.
Like I said, guys, listen, I'm fucking waiting on a bastard phone call all morning.
You want one of those? Or you want an anthem? Da, da, da.
It's nearly 12 o'clock, mate.
There's your template. And once you have that, now what are we going to put on top of it? We went through various songs.
No, me brothers told me to watch it, and it reminds me of Queen of the South. You know, all about, like, see her, she was the biggest cocaine dealer in Miami. She was the biggest woman cocaine dealer in anywhere.
There's a full-on fight going on downstairs. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. What's happening in the kitchen, Michael? What's going on? He says, Ricky, the minor bird, is having a fight with the dog. Because the bird can talk and the dog is mad at the bird. Meanwhile, I've got someone calling me on the phone, Lionel, they're sending a script over for the American Music Awards. Michael's, of course, working on this.
I know, yeah.
Really nice.
It reminds me of Queen of the South, in all fairness. You know what I mean? It's like, so like Queen of the South.
There are ways to make this thing bigger and bigger and bigger in terms of what it can generate. And
We didn't have a song and we didn't have a date, but because we had Stevie, Lionel, Michael, and Quincy, Ken realized that they had dynamite and they could call anybody. It would be epic. Back then, we had no technology. We didn't have cell phones. Things didn't move quickly. Thankfully, Ken's Rolodex was massive. I used to travel with a gigantic suitcase that was just Rolodex.
Yeah, it looks good. Tell you what's very good as well. Champion. It's all about two Jamaican brothers and sisters. Brilliant it is, man. One can rap, the other one can sing. And yeah, the two of them start competing against each other. Bosco. Watch it, Conan, you like it.
Because Lionel was hosting the American Music Awards, we looked at that date and realized that would bring so many artists into Los Angeles. Expenses paid, plotted over.
Have you watched Queen of the South? That was brilliant, that was.
Where it was like, oh, who's coming to the American Music Awards? Larry Klein?
Back then, the American Music Awards was a big fucking deal. I had Diana Ross and Hall & Oates. I mean, I had these people booked. Prince was, Madonna was, and Cyndi Lauper. And Ken Cragen called me. And he said, I want to put together a group of superstars. As many people as I can get to be on the
Yeah,
song.
it's very good. It's all about rap battles and all. You'd love it. It's fucking brilliant, mate.
There was no choice.
It was less than one.
We have to go to work now, baby.
Charts and saying who could sell the most records.
Please welcome His Royal Badness, Prince.
Prince was one that they wanted badly. Yeah, Purple Rain.
What are you looking forward to seeing in this film?
Prince.
Anything more specific than that?
Prince.
Anything else?
Prince.
Yeah.
Prince was in love with Sheila E. She was his percussionist, and she was also a great singer. I think we needed a little bit of everything.
You know what, Colin?
Steve Perry,
I'm gonna
Steve
emulate it,
Perry had
right?
the third
But I'll be
highest
back in
single.
about half an
I
hour,
wanted
okay?
Madonna, Material Girl, and all of the things she did would bring a really different audience. But Ken wanted Cindy. We had a fight about that.